One, and maybe I'm just focusing on this because we're only a couple of weeks out from the election, and there's not necessarily a lot to look forward to in the next few years, and there's a lot of like soul searching and concern about what's the point of any of this since we never seem to win. I just want to remind everyone, we do sometimes. Okay, Donald Trump is going to be president, and that sucks for us and for America. It sucks in a lot of different ways. But Matt Gaetz, for very good reasons, is not going to be the AG in the same way that Kerry Lake did not become a senator or governor for Arizona, and Herschel Walker did not become a senator for Georgia, and Mark Robinson is not going to be the governor of North Carolina. Roy Moore was actually very narrowly beat in Alabama, and so there's a lot of reasons to be pessimistic, but sometimes this stuff matters, and sometimes the media paying attention to it and trying to get people to think about it and care about it does actually have an effect. I have no doubt, by the way, that whoever replaces Matt Gaetz in the run to be AG is gonna be reprehensible. But at least maybe they won't have been alleged to have committed sex crimes. Maybe that's something, Viviana. What do you think? Am I looking for false hope?
I'm afraid that that might be the case, because the people that he sort of whipped and got into line and were backing him were saying things like good old boys and boys will be boys. And so this ideology of this toxic masculinity is so upheld by the people on his side and his party that, we know Trump picks from the same little basket of, supporters and obsessed people with him. So I'm sure the next basket is going to see nothing wrong with this kind of behavior, frat boy behavior.
Maybe. Well, look, I have no doubt that they're going to still try to pick those people, and Donald Trump, despite, he has more allegations of sex crimes against him than all of these guys combined. He gets to be president, but Matt Gaetz, no. And Pete Hegseth is now facing additional pressure. We'll talk about that more later on the show, but that would be pretty good for America if two guys, for the things they're alleged to have done, what if America kind of listened to women a little bit? That would be kind of nice. Now, on Matt Gaetz, remember, he didn't have to resign from Congress to put his name forward to be AG. He chose to do that for reasons we laid out. Do you think he's not going to try to reverse it or whatever? Because again, the report could be released. So what do they do? Trump wouldn't put him forward for a different position later on, would he? Or maybe he would. Does he run for House again? Does he try to get Ron DeSantis to pick him as the next senator from Florida, which Laura Trump is looking for? Or is he just done in office for a bit and he just starts a podcast? I'm joking. He's a Republican. He already has a podcast. Maybe he just does that. What do you think happens to Matt Gaetz from here, or do you not care? Which I think is also a legitimate answer.
I don't care, but I don't think he's done. But one thing is for sure, I don't think either one of us can have any idea who might be the next nominee for AG. I mean, it's just doing these random picks. It could be, the Barnaby brothers of the circus. We don't know. So,
you know what? A week ago, Alina Habba pulled her name from consideration for press secretary. She's still waiting for a job. Maybe she could be AG. People are mentioning that Matt Gaetz won re-election of the House. And so in theory, I guess he resigned from his current, would he be able to take office when they swear in the new people? That's not the way that Mike Johnson or Ron DeSantis were talking about it. I don't know. I really don't think he's going back to the House because I think he fears the same thing coming out that led him to leave in the first place. And we'll see. He'll do something. Maybe he'll still end up in the Trump administration. Trump loves him. And I think Trump is going to be less mad at Matt Gaetz for making him look bad through this whole thing than he'll be mad at the media and other Republicans for imperiling Gaetz' nomination in the first place. I think he'll probably hug Matt Gaetz closer to him coming out of this. What form that comes in, I don't yet know. But anyway, a little bit of good news, and I'll take it. But with that said, sorry, do you have a final comment about the story?
I just think we're probably going to see him on Fox News with his own show.
That's entirely possible. Or maybe he'll be hosting the War Room once Steve Bannon goes back to prison. We'll see. When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?